All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for a bonus episode. It is currently the NCAA March Madness time. We are 2 rounds in, right, Pops?
Yep.
2 rounds in.
Yep.
We have the Sweet 16 all figured out, correct?
Yes, we got the 16 teams, second weekend. Let's go.
Nice, I love it. So let's back up. Let's back up. So you consider the first weekend like a national holiday. Why don't you tell
Yes.
our listening audience and our viewers what you did those first 2 days?
Well, I hole up in a nice little drinking establishment that you could watch all 4 games across 4 TVs, and that's it. I get there on Thursday at 11:30. First game at 12:10.
You were there at
Let's
11:30?
go. Yeah, about 11:45. I didn't know how. Every year, I think there's going to be a bunch of people there,
Yeah.
and there never is. It's me and like 2 other guys.
You sent me a picture. I was confused. Why were you sitting directly behind all the taps?
I don't know. I just because that's in the middle, like
Oh.
on the bar. That's in the middle, so I could see all 4 TVs. I don't have to
You sent me
turn
that
my head
photo. You
aside.
sent me that photo, and I wanted to comment. I'm like, okay, so hopefully the beer partaking in the beer drinking doesn't slouch you up or something like that, where you can't see the games
No,
anymore.
no. I tried. I paced myself pretty good on the national holiday of Thursday and Friday of the tournament.
I love it. What was the beer of
Yeah,
choice? Was it a light? Was it a dark? Because you like stouts and stuff like that. So
I do, but I couldn't do that like all day long. Like
that'd be
I would be
tough.
there. So it's just a Coors Light, dude. Just Coors Light.
Man,
Staying real light.
they didn't have hams.
Yep. No, they don't have hams. They have Paps.
Okay, Peps is not a hams. Hams, if you're listening, you're still plenty of time to reach out and sponsor the podcast. We have 4 very willing individuals that would happily take some hams and drink them and promote
All
your
right.
product. Just saying.
Darn right. Swag. I'll do anything. I'll
Yeah,
wear it all.
Tennessee, Minnesota, all that good
You
stuff.
betcha. All
So,
right.
what first impressions on round 1? What'd you think?
Well, I
Teams you
think everything
like,
is
teams you didn't like, teams you're like, whoa, that I knew that was going to happen.
well from the beginning. I think you and I have talked off air. I think this is a very top heavy tournament
Yep.
this year. I wasn't expecting any Cinderellas, honestly.
Hmm.
I thought the chalk was going to win out. I mean, I thought the big boys were going to come to play, and for the most part,
Which was pretty darn close, wasn't it?
they really did. Yeah, I mean, for the most
Besides
part,
besides McNeese beating Clemson,
right?
and I don't really count 8-9 victories.
No,
That's not really
no,
anything.
no.
There weren't
They're
any
they're
other big ones, were there? Were there any other 12
no,
fives or 11, is it 11 fours? Yeah.
nope. Oh, nope. That was it. I mean, I'm looking quick, but no.
Okay.
Everything was basically besides Arkansas, and I mean
Oh,
that
Arkansas's at 10. They're good though.
they're a good 10. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean their record is what their 0-5 start in the SEC is what has put them at a 10. I mean
Yeah.
they got in and
But like
yeah,
we
and they're
like we
hot.
said before though, the SEC was so powerful this year that
Yeah, yeah,
honestly, I had a lot of my SEC teams going through, and I didn't want to bet against them. I knew some of them would probably lose, and some of them did lose, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to bet against them just with how tested they were all year. You know what I mean?
yeah. I do. And the teams Vandy I knew wasn't gonna. I mean Vandy if they would have won their first game or
Who'd they play?
they played St. Mary's.
I honestly had Vandy going through. I didn't trust the
Did you?
ACC. The ACC was ugh. Duke ran the ACC. They did what they
Oh
needed
yeah.
to do. Louisville was decent. Um, Clemson got in, but yeah, I didn't trust the ACC, so I had Vandy going.
Did you? I had St. Mary's winning that, but that was the next one because they ran up against Bama then, But yeah, Mississippi State, I thought, yeah, okay, maybe, but Baylor got them, and yeah, but those two in Texas A&M. But other than that, I agree with you, Taylor. I mean, sheesh, Florida, Auburn, us, Tennessee. I mean, Bama, Auburn. shoot.
You said Auburn,
Now
Arkansas,
I did at Arkansas. I mean, they're all Ole Miss even.
Ole Miss. Yep.
I had a feeling on Ole Miss
Oh,
if
Missouri
they
lost. Missouri was one of my teams to watch. The 2 times I watched them
oh,
against, they beat some quality teams in the
oh
SEC.
yeah, yeah they
And I was
did.
like, watch these guys because they play extremely fast. They're fun to watch. And
They defend even.
yeah,
Yeah,
they play
they're
defense
pretty
and
physical.
they lost. So
I'm look,
on
yeah,
the
I'm looking
last
to see who they can play.
while you're looking on the last podcast, we talked about. I kind of took over the NCAA thing, and we talked about teams to watch, players to watch. All my teams to watch were gone instantly. I had Memphis. I had no Illinois made it. Illinois beat Xavier, didn't they?
Yeah, Illinois beat Xavier. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
And then they actually gave Kentucky a little bit of a run to start, but
yeah,
then they couldn't have. That's just better players, man.
true.
I can't find Missouri right now, but
I can't
yeah,
remember
I
who
know
they're in,
Shane.
but they did
Yeah.
lose.
Anyway, but I think yeah, top heavy, and
Any
it's come down to that,
any games surprise you when you were watching them? Like teams you haven't seen all year, and you like how they look, and you might be watching them again here in the next couple rounds. Or you
Not
think anyone
really.
can make some moves?
No, I think the big boys are. I was actually interested to see BYU play because they play fast
Yeah.
and they shoot it and they actually defend a little. And
BYU Alabama,
I
right? Or is that BYU
yeah,
Arkansas?
BYU Bama.
Okay.
Yeah,
So the BYU plays fast?
yeah, they like to score.
So is that game going to be 110 to 105? Because
I think
Alabama
it'll
has the
be
highest scoring had at one
yeah,
point the highest scoring offense in the NCAA.
NCAA. They still do, but they've only been scoring in the tournament, so it's going to go down a little. I think that game's going to be like 95 to 85.
Davers. All
Yeah, I
right,
think
might have to
that's
watch
I
that
think
one.
yeah, I think that's going to be and frankly, if BYU tries to run with them, nah, Bama's just going
No,
to roll, I think. But yeah, I think that one's going to be. But I wanted to see them play. I can't believe Purdue's through. I just don't see it. But
I haven't watched them all year.
every year Painter does his deal. He's a good coach,
Yeah.
man. But I
Who are
think
they
they've
playing
ran
in the
into
second? Who are they playing in the
Houston.
Sweet 16? Houston.
Houston.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they don't have the juice to stay with Houston at all. I don't think.
Do they have Big Ten plays defense? Do you think they can stop them?
Uh-uh.
No, you don't even think they can. You don't even think they can stop them a little bit
Nope.
to try to hold on.
Nope. Nope. I don't think so. I think Houston defends so hard that I think Purdue is going to really have trouble scoring.
Is Houston the
And then, but
team?
I don't.
Go ahead.
And I just don't think they're still athletic. Houston still. He runs on an AAU team. Taylor.
Does
He runs kind of.
Houston run that full court press constantly? Are they the ones that
I
run the
think
full court press, or
no. I don't think they. I
is
don't
that
know that.
Arkansas? I thought one of those
No.
teams were throwing a this really helps. A red and white team was throwing a full court press the whole time and just pressing you
Maybe
like crazy.
maybe Houston does it. I didn't think they pressed that much. I didn't think it was
No.
like way back in the day when Arkansas ran their 40 minutes of hell
Oh
defense.
yeah.
But I don't think so.
Hockey
You
line
know,
changes every 4 or 5
yeah.
minutes.
But no, I think Purdue and I'm sorry to say, but and
First
people
time
think yeah, I don't know. We could run through the each bracket, but we're just kind of jumping around now. But still,
we will hear soon. This is the first time since the Sweet 16 started that there's only the 4 or 5 power conferences in the Sweet 16. On average, there was 7 conferences
yep, I read that.
would make up the Sweet 16, which it just goes to show the changing of how college sports is being run and money's involved now, and we don't need to get into all that NIL stuff. And there's a place for it, but it's a backwards system.
Oh, it is.
It's a really backwards system. It's messed up.
Yeah, we can talk about the NIL some other time if you want me on. But you know who I liked watching to play too,
Who
and the Gophers just pulled them. Colorado State was kind of fun to watch.
were they?
I wish
What'd
they
you
would.
like about
I
them?
wish. Oh, just solid,
Yeah,
just real solid. Ran good stuff.
yeah.
Just
He's going to the new coach at the U. I don't know his
yeah.
name. The Colorado State coach is
Me-
the new coach at the U.
Nico Medved.
Yeah.
Nico Medved. He's a U guy. He graduated there. He's from Minnesota. He
Oh, he
grew up.
did.
Yeah,
No, I didn't
he
know
grew
that.
up. Well, neither did I until I read about it. Grew up 15 minutes from the barn. Went to the games. Was a ball boy. Was actually an assistant coach a while ago
Okay.
with Haskins, I think.
Oh, that was a
And
while ago.
then it was a while ago, but he's young. I think he's still young. But yeah, so they pulled him. I think it's a great hire. I think it's a very good hire.
Huh.
Finally, Coyle
Finally,
finally.
this is the one you approve of
Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't mind
since
Petito.
Tubby.
I didn't mind Richard. I didn't mind Richard Petito. I just don't think he develops guys.
Yeah, no, he didn't really, and he struggled to
He,
recruit Minnesota kids,
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. He couldn't. He kept a couple, and then he couldn't keep
and then he couldn't
anybody
keep them
else.
after that. Yeah,
No. And I like, but I think this kid's gonna. He's gonna recruit, and I think they're gonna spend money. You got to
you
now.
have to.
I think. I think Coyle, the AD. It sounds like. In fact, I read something about him that he is investing in the. He wants the basketball program to succeed.
Yeah,
So that means they're gonna invest money.
yeah,
You know.
you have to spend money. And here's a little teaser: the guys, and you, we might even get you back on for this one because it's going to be a good one. We're going to talk about NIL. We're going to talk about the transfer portal. We're going to talk about how all that's going on and is it messing up sports? I don't think it's messing it up, but it's just such a I already said it. It's a backwards broken system that's not
Yeah.
working right now. So that is coming up in the future when it comes to podcast topics, and I'm looking forward to that one because I think
I look.
everyone we're
Yeah.
talking with is going to have a little bit different in opinion. So that's going to be fun.
If you want me on that one, I'd love to be on that one,
Yeah,
Taylor.
yeah,
I really would.
we can definitely get you on that one.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
All right.
Let's jump into the meat of things. Let's go bracket by bracket. Let's start
Okay.
wherever you want. We can go south, east, midwest, whatever you want to do. I want you to give me your games to watch or something that you're excited about. I know we've been saying it's going to be pretty chalk, but give me a possible upset too with each bracket.
Gotcha.
Deal?
I think. Yeah.
And then I'll give you my
Deal.
opinion because I do not have a bracket in front of me. So.
I got you. We'll just go. We'll go to the south. We'll start at the south.
which
So the first
which was
one,
supposed to be the
Auburn.
hardest, which is supposed to be the hardest bracket to come out of. We talked about that in the
Yeah,
last podcast.
and I don't agree with that, but that's all right.
Yep, that's fine. And then
But
at the end, I'll ask you what you think the hardest bracket is. But okay, South, go.
so you got Auburn
Yep.
and Michigan, and there are a lot of people who think Michigan can give them a run because of those two big 7-footers.
Oh, just
They got they
rotate them
got
through and let them guard and
well, they
beat up.
started together. They started together,
Oh, okay.
and they actually are skilled and they can shoot it and they can pass. I mean, they're two skilled 7-footers.
Yeah.
But beyond that, they think they're going to give a matchup problem to that Broom kid and stuff.
No,
And
he's
I
tough.
don't. Yeah, but I don't think that Michigan doesn't have enough players. They're good. Auburn's got better players.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
Yep.
I think
More
Auburn's got
talent.
better guys. Yeah. So I mean, and they haven't been playing very well, to be truthful.
Auburn
But
hasn't or Michigan hasn't. Auburn
Auburn.
hasn't. Yeah, you're right. Auburn hasn't.
So I don't think they can beat Michigan.
Okay.
So
So Auburn
there's
there.
no upset there.
Auburn's going
So
to
your
the
next
Elite Eight.
Yep, next one's Ole Miss and Michigan State.
Oh, that's going to be. I think that's going to be a fun game to watch. What do you
I do
think?
too. If Ole Miss plays like they can,
Mm-hmm.
they've got a legitimate shot of beating Michigan State.
Mm-hmm. And then
I think.
if we're looking into the future, if Old Miss wins, I would even put them up against. They've played Auburn what 2 times this year, so they know
Yeah.
exactly what they do and how they do it.
Oh yeah.
Really hard to beat a team 3 times.
Yeah.
You say
I
that,
agree.
we say that all the time. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Old
So
Miss.
that,
I'm gonna take Old Miss there. I don't know who I took in my bracket because it's on my phone. But if I'm
yeah.
re-bracketizing things right now,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick them.
Yeah.
But you also can't count out Tom Izzo. Tom Izzo
Yeah.
is a wizard.
Yeah.
He gets his guys playing together. He gets his guys playing together at the right time. So
Yep. And I think Michigan State is going to play a tougher brand of defense. They'll defend
hmm
Ole Miss hard. So I think it's probably going to be a close game. But then when it comes down to it, I think Michigan State's got too much of They're going to be too defensive. They're going to be physical. It's going to be like playing an SEC team. They're not worried about
Yeah.
the physicality.
All right. Who we
So
got
you got
next?
him. So then we're dropping down into the West. Florida, Maryland. That's going to be a stomp.
Florida's going to win by 60.
Oh yeah,
Maybe not
that's
60. I think the line on that is like Florida's favored like 12 and a half. They're
yeah.
favored quite a bit.
That doesn't surprise me. I think that's going to be a that's yeah. If I was a betting guy, if I was betting, I would I would have Florida covering that spread.
Yeah.
Maryland doesn't have and anyway. So and then the next one, you got Texas Tech and Arkansas. So
Ooh. What do you think there? Calipari and the
the
Red
way Arkansas,
Raiders.
yeah, the way Arkansas is playing right now, you probably got to go there. But Texas Tech is also play. I'm gonna pick. I'm saying. I heard though that one of the kids from Texas Tech isn't playing.
Oh, did he get hurt? Because that was the thing with one of the Arkansas kids. He was hurt and he played very limited minutes, but I think now he's healthy and he's back.
If you want to call it, I don't even know who's favored in that, Taylor. That's probably like a pick'em game.
I don't know. I think everyone. I don't know how all that stuff works. Matt is our resident
Spread guy.
spread guy, betting expert. Um, I was
I'm going to Red Raiders there.
and I'm sticking with my SEC pick. I've been hammering the SEC all year in a good way. I'm going Arkansas. I think Arkansas is going to be a 10 seed in the Elite Eight.
That could be.
Yeah.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. Think about this, T. You could have a whole SEC side
Yeah.
Elite Eight.
You can have Auburn,
Realistically,
Ole
Auburn, Ole
Miss,
Miss,
Arkansas, Tennessee,
Florida, Arkansas,
or Florida, Arkansas. Yeah, you're right.
You could have,
Yeah,
you
it's
could have,
very very possible.
yeah, that is. That is. So yeah, I think they're gonna be. I think they're all gonna be good games besides the Florida game. I think that's just gonna be a walk.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to
So
see. So if Florida does just absolutely run through Maryland, I don't know if it's a good time to have games like that at this time of year. You want to be tested a little bit. You don't want that. It could happen two ways. You're confident and go crazy high, and you just keep running through people, or it can
yeah.
be we just beat that team by 50. Let's back up here a little bit and be like, oh, we can do that again. You know what I mean?
Well, UConn almost got the three-peat.
You can't count them out. I told the guys that you cannot count Dan Hurley out and his team, and it was close
Did you did you see the comments after the game?
that he
Did you
made.
walk? Did you see him walking through the tunnel?
Yeah, I did. That was so good. That fits right in.
Okay, see,
That fits right into your all refs suck thing.
yes,
But it's one of those
yes.
things. It's like, and we can get into your whole all refs suck thing. But
Sooner or later we will.
what I've been watching lately is I'm not watching, and this happened during when I played, and it happened at all levels. The referees are not there to control the game. Refs, in my opinion, they shouldn't have full control like some of these games. So let's take the Tennessee Florida game and the SEC
Oh, right.
championship game. It was the most boring game to watch with two very high powered offenses, and you're just sitting there. It's touch foul this, touch foul that. They play in the SEC. What do you expect? Like, they're not,
Yeah.
unless people are throwing punches, unless people are leading with elbows, yes, do what you need to do as a ref. But if someone's moving to a defensive position and getting to a spot and there's a bump, it's college basketball. What,
Yeah.
like, I don't understand it, and that's where I was getting the most frustrated. And were they
I
and
get
they were doing that with the UConn Florida game too.
yeah, I get frustrated with the referees, and we can really have a conversation when the boys come back. But it frustrates the crap out of me when they clutch and grab and hold. Those are the fouls that need to be called.
Mm-hmm.
And when they and like when you try to go through you're chasing your defender,
Yeah.
and the dude they just chuck you to
Mm-hmm.
stop you. That stuff needs to be called.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right. When you are moving your feet and your hands are up, and you're in great defensive position and you're playing defense with your chest,
Or even if
nothing
one is,
should be
yeah,
called.
or even if one is down and it gets caught inside your body because it's a physical game and that happens and they
Yeah,
think that you're trying to hold them because that arm's there.
yeah.
Yeah, that's messed up. But also
That's
the whole straight up in the air thing, which they are doing a really good job of trying to call that straight up in the air
I
stuff.
like that.
I do. I love it. I don't get why kids don't understand. It's like literally go straight up in the air. The second you
Yeah,
lean a hand over or a wrist over or you break your
correct,
arms, they're
correct.
going to call the foul.
That's a foul.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like go
yeah,
straight up. It's a very good contest. Yeah, that's we're digressing. That's a whole nother conversation. But
yeah. We'll get
yes,
into that later,
I
but
did see what Dan Hurley mentioned about the refs. And then
so good.
did you see the foul count in the Duke game the first half? It was a pretty darn clean game. I don't think they messed that one up and Baylor really couldn't handle Duke and they couldn't hold them.
No, Baylor doesn't have that crazy athletic defensive
No.
team like he's had a few,
Yeah.
and yeah, they can't
It
handle
was,
Duke.
and then
This
we'll get to the rest of the games. But an analyst made a really good point: is Duke just because they're getting a lot of free throw attempts doesn't mean that they're calling the game towards them. Duke was just more aggressive. They were going to the
oh
basket.
yeah,
They were driving to the rim. They were getting to their spots and drawing these
yeah.
fouls. So
When you
yeah,
got Flag and that big Malash kid who's pretty good, and
yeah,
that other big, the other big they have, Proctor goes to the rim. That yeah, I mean
Knuppel, yeah, they're a tough team.
yeah. Oh, and I didn't realize. I knew he was big. I didn't realize Knuppel was like 6'6" or 6'7".
They start 6'6", 6'7", 6'9", 7'3".
Yeah,
That's their starting lineup. Their
yeah,
guards are 6'6", 6'6", 6'7". It's crazy.
yeah. And I like watching that Knuppel kid play because he actually goes to the rim too. He's
Yeah.
Wisconsin kid, man.
Yep. Who do we got next?
Yeah. All right. Well, we're jumping up and we're going to talk about the Dukies.
Yeah.
It's Duke, Arizona. And I've heard people say that Arizona could give them a game because when Duke played them earlier in the year,
Yeah.
Arizona wasn't playing very well. And I think they had a couple guys out or
Yeah.
something. But
I think that game's at
I
like
don't,
8.5 right now.
is it,
I
yeah.
think Duke's
People
favored.
are, people claim that Caleb Love is going to channel back when he beat Duke single-handedly
Yeah.
as a UNC
I
guy.
remember that.
And I'm thinking I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Arizona. Once again, I don't think they got enough people. Who's okay? So let's say Caleb Love can actually, because Proctor's playing out of his mind.
Oh, dude,
He's good.
he's doing like John Shire stuff in the tournament. And
Yeah,
we can get into John Shire stats. We won't tonight, but that dude was nice in the NCAA
yeah.
tournament.
Oh yeah. And Proctor, and he's playing so well, and he's
Yeah.
confident. So I don't see how that's going to. So maybe okay. Say Love, shuts him, so to speak, shuts him down, and he only gets 12 or 14 instead of 22. Well, then you got them again, Malash, Knuppel. I don't think they have enough to
No.
guard anyone.
Flag. You left that guy out.
Oh yeah, I did too well. I just
Yeah.
leave him out. He's there.
Yeah.
So
And he's looking really good. That ankle looks like there's nothing going on with it. So I
that's
think
amazing because when I watch to see that
I
happen
didn't
when
see
that
him go
happened,
down.
oh,
Yeah.
I don't watch those things anymore. That must be an age thing because I can't watch a guy turn his ankle. It bothers me.
Oh, see, I'm fascinated
And,
about that stuff. But I also deal with athletes and I like watching that to see like what could have happened. That's where my mindset comes into play.
oh,
As a
okay, yeah,
chiropractor, I'm just like,
I don't like
okay,
it.
what's
I
going
just
on?
go, oh, okay. So,
But
but yeah, yeah.
that's the level of training staff they have, and that's how much they would do.
Oh,
They would do that with any of their kids. And honestly, I think any program
oh,
at
well,
this level would do that with any of their kids if he's playing a lot. So it makes sense why he's the way
oh.
he is and ready right now.
If you've got a week and he had a week off, that's 24 hours a day,
Yeah.
7 days a week.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway,
So
but yeah, so I don't think.
I got Duke by double digits there again.
Yeah, I agree with you. Next one's Bama BYU, and I just talked about that a little bit. I think that score is going to be 98 to 90.
Yeah. I'm taking SEC.
No.
I'm taking SEC there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think that's we've got better athletes than you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's one of those games.
And
Alabama's just got better athletes.
better athletes, but also
better
tested,
basketball player.
better,
Yeah, oh
better,
yeah.
better
Oh
basketball tested throughout the year. I think
yeah, yeah.
we
I
can
agree.
we can always come back to that with the SEC. Okay, next one.
Okay. Oh, then we're down to the last, which is the Midwest,
Yep.
and that's Houston, Purdue.
I hope
And
Houston
as
wins by 50.
I think Houston's gonna take it to them. I just don't think Purdue's not very deep either.
No, not as deep as they have been in the past.
And that Smith kid is pretty good, their point guard,
Mm-hmm.
but he handles the ball all the time and he never comes out. Like he has no help.
Oh, okay.
And I think Houston's gonna run guys at him like they're gonna just
Yeah.
they're gonna be all over him. And I think eventually that's gonna be trouble. And Houston's actually got some offense this year, which I didn't really realize. I didn't watch them all year,
Yeah.
but it sounds like they've got a little offense this year. Besides,
Are they the Big 12
even
or the Big East? I think they're in the Big 12.
yes, because they've won. Kansas hasn't won it the last couple of years.
Yeah, because
Houston
Houston has. Yeah, Big 12, Big 12.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got
and
Houston there.
I don't like Kelvin Sampson, but beyond that, it's all right.
I don't like Purdue because of Edie
I know.
and last
I
year.
like Painter. I like Painter as a coach, but yeah, I'm not an Edie guy. And then last but not least, and I didn't even really plan this, but it's Kentucky, Tennessee. Tag.
This is their third
Kentucky's.
time playing this year,
Yeah.
right? And
Yep.
Tennessee has won one, 2 out of 3. No,
No,
they run both
Kentucky won them both.
at in Lexington and at in Knoxville.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. We didn't play very well when we played them here because we are season ticket holders, podcast people.
Nice. I love it. I love
But,
it.
but
Do you think
I-
that game
I-
is going to be closer than you think? Is it going to be a repeat of kind of what's going on during the regular season? What do you think?
I think UT is really going to come to play, like really come to play.
Because it's an in-state rivalry already. Not in-state,
Already.
sorry. It's a rivalry already.
They're playing. I've heard a couple of the guys say they're almost like playing like Barnes for Barnes too. They want to
Oh,
get they
yeah.
want to get Rick to a Final Four.
I was just saying, because he's never made one.
No,
The farthest he's-
besides Texas.
Wait, that was with Durant, right? Did they win the national
Yes.
championship that year? No, they didn't. They just made it to the Final Four.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got a couple. They're playing for their coach a little bit, but you got all seniors. I really think we're going to win. I'm saying we. It doesn't matter. I think Tennessee's going to win. Kentucky's already talking shit.
Are they?
Yeah, Kentucky's talking a little trash, and they were talking about that Ziegler does not need to be motivated, and they're motivating him even more.
Yeah.
So my key to this one, I told your mother this, Taylor.
Yeah.
The other day, our bigs need to need to score 15 to 20 between them. If they score 15 to 20
Between
points,
them. Okay.
between them.
Yeah.
If Phillips and Akpara
Yep.
get 15 to 20 points, we win.
Okay. All right.
I say
I'll be watching
I
that.
say like automatic.
Have
'Cause
they
if
not
they
been
put
doing
it-
that all year?
Oh, every now and no, they probably get 10 maybe to 12.
Yeah.
Kind of depends. Like Phillips, heck, I think he had 12 the other night. He had a nice game against UCLA.
Yeah.
And Akpara. So I think if those guys score 15 to 20, I think we win fairly handily.
They look nice against
no matter-
They look nice against UCLA.
Yeah.
I've watched them enough. You've watched them more than me. I don't think they're clicking on all cylinders still right now. Just the way
Yeah,
their
I
offense
agree.
has been way early in the year, and then in the middle of the year, and then they kind of went into a little rut when they didn't need to go into a little rut. So if they get clicking, and I know what Trevor's thinking and saying, and he'll be saying this when he listens to this. He'll be like, "Well, they got to shoot. They got to make their shots, and they got to shoot. They never end up shooting well when it matters." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, that's happened the last 2 years. Unfortunately, they go ice cold and can't make it past."
The whole thing with that though is this year we've got four guys that can shoot it
Yes.
regular. Because no matter what, and people are right. They try to take away Lanier, right?
Yeah,
They
for
try to
sure. You
take
have
away
to.
Chaz.
You have to.
But even like the other night, I mean, he didn't start off great, but he was doing all right. Even the announcers, oh, he's got to get going. Their UCLA's doing such a great job on him,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it's bang, bang, bang,
Yeah.
and he ended up with, I think he had like 20 again or
Yeah,
22.
it was close to 20. I know that. Who's their
Gainey,
is it Mil is
Gainey's
it
the
Mil
guy.
is it
Oh, and
Milicic?
Milicic,
Milicic hasn't
yeah,
been playing really
no,
that well at all. He's just kind of out
no,
there for size, and if
yeah,
he can knock down a couple threes and get some confidence and actually do
yeah,
what he's designed to do and stretch the floor, that
yeah.
opens up everything else too. So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree. So yeah, Igor, my boy Igor, because he'll rebound and play pretty good D
Yeah.
all the time. But yeah, if he gets his normal 12 or so, Gady to me is the guy.
Okay.
Gady and Milicic are the two kind of wild cards. If
So we
because what Gady comes in, if he shoots it like I think we're gonna walk.
all right.
Yeah.
Deal. Tennessee to the Elite Eight.
Yep.
Tennessee plays Friday night. Duke plays
Yes.
Thursday night, which is
Yes.
nice. I'll be able to watch both of those games. I'm gonna try to watch as many games as possible,
Yep.
just with work and stuff. So we talked about earlier. You don't think that South bracket is the toughest bracket, Auburn's bracket?
No,
Because
I
who's
think
the two seed in
Tennessee,
that? Who's the two seed in that? Alabama
no,
or
no, no, no.
Arkansas?
Bama,
No, not Arkansas. Arkansas is a
Um,
10.
Michigan State's the two seed.
Okay, what? Okay, here's a question then. Who do you think has the toughest road from here on out
Oh,
to
I
get
think
to?
Tennessee does. Tennessee's got to get through Kentucky, then they've got to get through Houston, and then they've got to play Duke.
Okay, yeah. So I worded that question wrong. That's a perfect example though. So you think they have the toughest road to get to the championship, and
Yes,
those are three very solid teams. So yes, road wise, that's the toughest. Do you think that's the toughest bracket then?
I think the Midwest is right now for
Yeah.
this, like in the Sweet 16. Yes, top to bottom: Houston, Purdue, Kentucky, Tennessee. In fact, I think it's one, two, three, four. I think that's the one bracket that's yeah, that's the bracket that went chalk. One, two, three, four. They all
Got
made
you.
it. The
Okay.
top four made it.
Huh.
Yep, yep. I mean, Auburn's is good just because you got Ole Miss is like a eight or something like that, or a seven or
7 or 8,
something.
6 or 7 maybe.
MSU's a two, and Michigan's a five. So I mean, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
But they to me, Ar- Arkansas is the one that Arkansas is the one that got the good break. I mean, they beat St. John's, God bless them. And
Yeah.
Texas Tech, okay. I mean, they'll run into Florida, but Florida's not putting up their 90 that they've been putting up either. I mean,
True.
UConn almost got them. I mean, yeah. So we'll
But
see.
Arkansas
We'll
was
see.
also not expected to be there. St. John, a lot of people had St. John's making it to
Oh
the Final
yeah.
Four. Tons of
And
people, if not
I
winning it.
didn't,
Shout out to
I
Matt.
didn't, I didn't see that either. To be
No,
honest, I actually watched them play
I did too. I watched that
three or
whole game.
four times, but I watched them play like three or four times during the
Oh,
year,
this year.
and not whole games, but it was sort of like I don't, I don't, I didn't see
You
it.
didn't
I
see it.
really didn't.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it. Offensively, I didn't see it, and they play defense like back in the old days when it was literally we are going to foul you until the referees don't call it. I mean, it was like that's how
What do
they
you
play
mean?
defense.
Like inside the arc, outside the arc, when they
Oh,
drive?
yeah, and it's pushing and grabbing, and it's all the stuff that I don't like, frankly.
So it's
It
it's
wasn't
the
this,
handsy stuff.
yeah, it's all hand stuff and real, yeah, yeah. And they call it, but they just keep doing it and doing it. Sooner or later, the referees just go, well, crap.
Yeah.
We dare you to make the calls.
Huh.
And then when they ran into Arkansas, who has seen way more physical all year long,
Yeah.
Arkansas just went, "Yeah, okay.
Oh, you're talking St. John's in Arkansas. That
Well, I'm
you were
talking
talking
St.
that
John's
game. Yeah, you were
I'm
talking
talking
St.
St.
John's in
John's in
general. Yeah.
general.
Yeah. I know
But
what you
I
mean now.
mean, but they ran into a Arkansas team, and they just went,
Yeah,
this doesn't bother us,
that is true.
you know.
That is true.
So anyway,
How's your bracket looking?
it's
How have you been
actually
holding up?
it's good. It's actually pretty good. I'm I don't. I mean, I picked St. John's to go aways. I picked St. John's, so they hurt me. I had Colorado State for a little while.
Nice. I
Um,
had VCU in the Sweet
actually,
16. They're not in it.
who'd you have?
VCU.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
I actually had Iowa State beating Ole Miss. I had Iowa State winning.
I did too. Yep, I had that as well.
Yeah, and I had Texas A&M beating Michigan too. But overall, I mean, I'm having a pretty good year because I really didn't pick. I mean, I didn't mind. I picked a couple upsets, quote unquote, early,
Mm-hmm.
but after that, it's been pretty chalk. I actually think I picked BYU all the way through.
Okay.
I picked BYU to beat Wisconsin.
Okay.
Um, I think I had Arizona going as far as they are. That whole bracket I'm pretty good on. So,
Nice.
and I think the Midwest bracket too, the Purdue, Houston, Kentucky, Tennessee. I have that too. I had Purdue going through because I didn't think they were going to play anybody.
Yeah. Nice.
You know.
Look at you.
So yeah, it's not bad. Not
Bracketologist.
bad. Oh yeah.
Bracketologist.
Yeah.
Where are you watching
There you go.
Where are you guys watching the games this weekend? Or this week,
We'll just
tomorrow,
watch them.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Thursday, Friday for sure. We'll watch them at home. I don't think I'm going to try to go to a bar or anything and watch the UT game. That'll be packed.
Yeah.
So we'll probably just watch them at home. And then you never know on Saturday and Sunday if they make it. We'll see what happens.
Nice.
We'll see. Yep. Quick sport change though, Taylor.
Yeah, what's up?
Shout out to the Minnesota Gopher hockey team.
Did they win?
No, they're playing tomorrow night.
Oh, okay. When?
They're playing tomorrow night also. 7:30, I believe.
Against?
UMass.
To make it to the Frozen Four?
Elite Eight.
Elite Eight. Got you.
There's 16 teams. They're in with it's the
UMass,
against UMass
and then Mankato
State.
Yep.
Minnesota State, right? And Western Michigan.
Yep. I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So shout out to the Gulfs. Go Mike Kester. And win 2 games, you're in the Frozen Four, baby.
I was just going to say, is it one and done or is it normal hockey series? It's one and done.
One and done.
Okay. Gotcha.
This is tournament time, so you got to win to advance.
I like it. It.
So we're going to be flipping around tomorrow. We'll be flipping the Duke game to the Gulf game to the Duke game. We'll see what happens.
I like it.
You betcha.
Who do you have in the Elite Eight? Run through them real quick. I know we kind of talked about it earlier, but give me a full rundown.
I've got Auburn beating Michigan.
Yep.
I got Michigan State beating Ole Miss.
Okay.
Florida's going to beat Maryland.
Mm-hmm. These are your actual picks.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm taking Texas Tech over Arkansas.
Okay.
Duke's going to beat Arizona. Bama's going to beat BYU. Houston's got Purdue, and Tennessee has got Kentucky.
How many?
So my Elite Eight will be.
Go ahead.
Yeah, SEC teams. SEC teams will be Bama, Tennessee,
Auburn, Florida,
Auburn.
Jeez, that's wild. Your Elite Eight that'll be good. Who do you got? Who do you think's going to advance to the Final Four?
Well, my Final Four is Tennessee, Duke, Auburn, Florida.
Okay, so you have 3 SEC teams in there.
I do.
I did too, and yes. I think that's one of the comments we brought up. Like, are there going to be 3 SEC teams possibly in the Final Four? And I think this year's there's a very good chance to see that just with the remaining teams left.
I think you're gonna have 2 for sure, and you're gonna get 3 for you could. I think there's a possibility to get 3. And think about this: Duke is as good as they are. They run up against Alabama. You talk about some scoring that might be going on.
Yeah.
Duke, Alabama. Plus, I think Duke, I hope, plays good enough defense that that'll be the difference in that game because Bama can score, man.
Duke's been top 5 in defensive rating all year.
Yeah.
Like from the second they started playing, they've been top 5 in They have the most double-digit wins, I think, in not the tournament, because that just started, the college season this year.
Yeah. Duke plays real defense. Back in the day with Krzyzewski, and I'm a Duke guy, they always used to talk about how well they play defense. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, they defended well,
Yeah.
but they're not defending like John's got them defending, like Shire's got them defending. They don't overcommit. They don't go for 47 blocks and then you don't get a rebound. I mean, the whole slapping the floor thing was a big Duke deal, back in the day, and it was sort of like, well, you still got to stop people.
Yeah, that is true. Maybe
You know?
maybe we'll see him slap the floor. Maybe it's obsolete. They don't even do it
You
anymore.
never know. Maybe Proctor will get down and slap the floor one time.
Maybe in the championship game on their way to victory.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
I love it. Well, there you have it, folks.
All right,
a complete rundown of the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 preview, which starts on Thursday. Thursday, Friday is the Sweet 16. Saturday, Sunday is the Elite 8. That's a little bonus episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can find this on all of your podcast platforms. Like, comment, subscribe, share, listen multiple times. And when we get everything right, because obviously we're always right about these picks, give us a little shout out, give us a little call. So thanks for being on, Pops. I do appreciate it. I don't even know if I introduced you at the beginning of the podcast.
All right.
Yeah, he's kind of like a regular now.
You're darn right.
Yeah.
And you know what we say to end this thing, Paul? You know what we say?
What do we say?
Go Vols, baby.
Go Vols, baby. All right, guys. We will see you